Okay, people, I'm back. Let's just hop right back into it. Where was I here? I think we were going to look at these. We're going to turn these guys into buttons. So let's take a look at that. Show this exercise. We're in the editing. Editing is over here. So here's the show this exercise and the back to exercise. That's these. So let's see. Exercise, back to exercises. So we just want to give it a class, which is going to be a button. And what kind of button? It's going to be the button secondary, maybe. Let's see what that looks like. That's good. Let's take a look at buttons. See what the different color options are. Primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, and dark. So if we're going to have primary, what's going to be the show? Maybe green? The green one was what? What's the green button? Success. Let's do that for this guy. That's cool. So we can get rid of this little thing here. Don't need that with the... It's just this. Okay, that's okay. Let's put a little space between these guys. Margin X, I think, is what it is for the side to side, and Y is top and bottom. Let's see if that works. I think it does. If not, we'll look it up, right? Yeah. But I didn't really want it to do this. So X does both sides. I think it's start and end. So maybe we want just the end. Yeah, there you go. So it's a little better. Let's make it a little bit bigger, though. There you go. Well, I don't know. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. The point is, again, this isn't a Bootstrap video. This is all just you mess with it till you think it looks good to you, right? I do got to get a little space on the bottom, though. Good with that. Margin bottom 3. How about that? Ooh, okay, so it only did that. So that one we definitely want to put not on there, but on this div, I guess. So give this a class, which equals margin bottom, let's say 4. It looked a little small. Better. All right, so we still have to do the show exercises. We got the add. Oh, so we still need to do the show all the exercises and the show the individual exercise, but these are pretty good. So let's do show exercises. So what I want to do is make these into, like, this is an individual thing. This is an individual thing. So it immediately comes into mind for me is a card, which Bootstrap is going to make pretty easy for us, right? So let's take a look at that in our code. Is going to be so we can get rid of the form. We can edit, application, new, get rid of all this stuff, all these open things. Let's not confuse ourselves with that. Okay, so the show all is going to be this one. Oh no, this is the individual. Edit this exercise, back to exercise, destroy this exercise. So let's look at the index first. Okay, so what's going on here? Like I said, a bunch of Ruby stuff, which if you don't know can be confusing, but look at the stuff you do know, right? So H1 exercise. Okay, we see that. And then there's a bunch of Ruby stuff that ends. And the next thing is the link to the new exercise. So this. So basically, in between the new exercise and the header, this is what we're looking at in this piece, right? In this Ruby piece in here. So you can sort of probably figure it out. And saying here's at the exercises for each one, do something, basically render the exercise. And remember, render is a partial, and partial has the thing. So it's going to take one of those forms and do some stuff. So let's see. What if we want this whole thing to be inside a card, right? Each one of these, all the way through, they show this exercise. That's this, or the end of this. So here, this is where we want the card to end, right? Sorry, thinking, where did we want it to start? We want it to start right above the render the exercise, but it's going to be inside each one because it has to start at the beginning of each card, not at the beginning of the whole card section, right? Because we're trying to make a card that does each exercise. So it has to start inside and end inside of here. So it's going to be inside the loop, right? This is where we're going to put our card stuff. So speaking of the card stuff, it starts with, let me get rid of this. I keep looking at that. Saying it's a class of a card and the card body, right? So let's just start with that. That's going to go right here before we start to do the render the exercise, and it's going to end here at the end of each card. It's going to be show this exercise. So that's where we want to. Well, let's just see what happens here. If we do this right now, it's going to look messed up, but let's see what's going on. So we got the start in the right place, but because it's looping, we're not telling it sort of where the card kind of ends properly. Let's take a look at the, so let's just go through it. We got the card body, and then we're going to render each exercise, which is a partial, right? So here, oops, not that one, this one. All right, so then this is what's going on. This is showing us the exercise, the duration, the reps, and the date, and nothing else. Just those four things, right? The exercise, duration, reps, and the date. The show exercise is actually outside of this. That's back over here in the index. So this div belongs to this div belongs to this. That should be okay. I think we throw the ending div goes inside of here. Let's find out. So let's start by telling like what we want these to be. We want these to look like, we don't need this subtitle part. We're basically going to have the title and the body, the card title, or the card title and the card text is what we're going to do. So we want this thing to be called, we're going to put class card title. Let's see what that does. Did it give everything the... Sorry, I'm checking my notes because I'm doing something wrong here, obviously. So we're on the index page. We have the exercises. We have the div, the body, and then we're rendering the exercise. And link, paragraph, div, end. Okay, so no, we do need to put our closing divs here. That's part of my problem. Right, because we have, like I said, these are inside each loop. It has to end, the card has to end each time. So what if we do that to start with? All right, so at least we got the card ending each. So we got it wrapped correctly now. We just got to, and we'll get to that. So now we've got the card wrapped correctly. Cool, okay, got that fixed. So now we're in the thing that's rendered, which is the exercise HTML. So we wanted them to just be card title. Okay, no, that's not the right one. Here, okay. So div ID, paragraph, DOM exercise, class card title. Right, and then so then all the rest of these need to be card text. So let's just do that. All right, does that get us anywhere? So we don't want, well, I guess we do still want these to be bold. Well, I don't want to get too into the weeds here. We'll sit and figure this out. But you get the idea in general, like the different components. You take it, here's the card. Here's what it's going to look. You wrap it. This is the whole card class. The whole thing has the wrapper, the border on it. And then there's, you can style things differently inside of it based on just giving it these classes. I don't want to get too deep here. I want to move along. So we do want to, it looks fine. Let's just move on to show this exercise. Where's the show this exercise? I want to make that a button, right? Where that must be inside here. Show this exercise is in here. So we make that a class button. Let's do success again. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's put a little margin top on top of that. Okay. Let's make another exercise first, real fast. Run. I don't really care what it is. We're gonna just put a date. It's not important. Create the exercise. Successfully created. Show the exercises. We got 3. So we do want to make this maybe go this way instead of straight up and down in a column, but we'll get to that in a minute too. It would probably just be a quick flex box thing. But let's find this new exercise button here. New exercise, let's make that a button too. Which is going to need a little margin top. Oh, 5 is too much. Let's just give it a margin Y, which should give it top and bottom, and make it 3. Yeah. Make it 4. The point is, you can mess around with this stuff and make it what you think looks good. Okay? So we've got that. We need to go to the show exercise, add exercise, exercises, show individual exercise. Okay, so individual exercises. That's going to be here. Let's clear these out again. Individual exercise is going to be show, right? So again, just figure out what it is. Edit back. So that's this. Destroy. That's all this stuff. So this render the exercise is going to be, again, it's going to be in here. It should be getting this. Okay, so, okay, it does have this little card stuff on it. We do want to put, do we want to put the border so it looks like that card? Where was I in show? Yeah, I guess let's make it card. So we would want to put that same card thing over here. The starting. It's going to go here, and then we just put 2 divs that we're wrapping it with. So we need 2 closing div tags. Okay, so that, gives it a little compartmentalization. Is that even a word? Yeah, makes it stand out. So let's make these buttons, all this stuff into buttons. Destroy. Let's start with destroy. That's an easy one. We know what we want that to be. We want that to be class button btn danger. We haven't used danger yet, I don't think. Yeah, definitely. Okay, edit should be maybe like a warning one. Let's try that. Warning, and then back to exercises. Let's make that one green, which was success. Okay, we can get rid of this little guy here, and we can put all of these. We want to put a little bit of margin bottom 2, maybe? Let's find out what margin bottom 2 is going to look like. A little better. The first one needs a little both directions. Oop, okay, so that's not what we want to do. Let's just change that back to what it was. We'll just also give it a margin top 2. I don't know why it doesn't work with X. Maybe I'm not understanding what the X does, or I'm using it wrong or something, but that's better. Okay. So let's see. We have to show the exercises. We could show the individual exercises. We can do the edit the exercises. I think that's it, right? So let's wrap it up there. Sorry, I got a little messed up in the middle there. I was, it's a lot of stuff. Anyway. And again, I want to reiterate that all this stuff is you go on here and you look at the different spacing things, and they're all just, you add a class and it does stuff. And you just, you don't have to do it the way I did it. You just make it, you might think, oh, this is too big a space. What's he doing? So just make yours smaller. You just go until it looks good to you. Okay. So wrapping that up, we have to show the exercises, show the individual exercises. We can go to edit the exercise. We can go back to exercises. So what we need to do next is we're going to change this so it's a more of like has a flow instead of just one big column. Okay, and that's where we will pick it up in the next one.